Hey everyone, I'm Kaiser Ryu here, and today, been a pretty bad day. Now, I woke up this morning, immediately checked YouTube because I was expecting a lot of hate comments on the recent Rooster Teeth video. Message, don't mess with the Rooster Teeth community, they can be a bit savage. But no, instead I got the notification, a new video from Roy, from Stinger Magazine. Rest in peace, Tomonobu Itagaki. And I was like, oh no. Yeah. Unfortunately, the creator of Dead or Alive and the modern Ninja Gaiden series, director of some of the best action games of all time, director of some of the most influential and important 3D fighting games, Dead or Alive 2, Dead or Alive 4. I mean, Dead or Alive 4 created the freaking Avatar lobby system, which is, you get nowadays with Street Fighter 6 in its Battle Hub. Yeah, he sadly passed away at the way too young age of 58. And it's tragic, really tragic. I mean, that's way too young. And this is a thing that's very uncommon in the games industry. I'm also a wrestling fan, and wrestling, this happens all the time. I mean, a lot of people die early. But video games, keep in mind, video games is still a relatively young industry. I mean, they really kicked off, in the 1970s? So a lot of people from that, golden era is still alive and kicking. I mean, Al Lowe, creator of Leisure Suit Larry, I mean, he's going to be at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and he's damn near 80. So this is really uncommon. Normally people from the games industry that passes away, normally it's voice actors, not so much like actual developers, but very tragic. My story isn't, my memory with Itagaki and his games isn't as extensive as others because I haven't been playing his games for 20 plus years. Definitely, something like the death of the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kazuki Takahashi, definitely hit me harder because that was there from childhood. But in terms of Ninja Gaiden and his games, my love for them really started 5 years ago, I would say, in 2020. Now, I played them, Ninja Gaiden Sigma, that was the first game I played. That was I would say close to 20 years ago, 2008, whatever. I played that with my brother, who's now dead as well. I have some good memories with that, but it wasn't until, I believe, about 2017, 2018 when I played Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2 for the first time, and then it wasn't until 2021 when I really sinked my teeth into those games and realized that they are the two best action games of all time. I mean, Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2, I mean, I even replayed both of those games in preparation for Ninja Gaiden 4 on Master Ninja, and they're so good. In fact, I actually think Ninja Gaiden 2 is better, objectively. I know a lot of people's favorite is Ninja Gaiden 2, but objectively, I do think it's the better game. I do like the flow of a linear game instead of the more open-ended, Dark Souls-esque vibe of NG1. I do think design-wise NG2 is better in that sense. Yeah, he was that legend, and one thing that he was, in terms of a person, one thing about Itagaki, he was just as a legend, even of himself, along with his games. His games were legendary, and him as a person, because out of, any game developer, he was by far the most fun person to watch or listen in interviews. There are so many iconic quotes, iconic gem lines from his interviews throughout the years, even though most of them, you have to use the Wayback Machine because a lot of those websites are now defunct. There's so many iconic lines. I mean, even to his Facebook posts, I mean, the iconic line when he was talking shit about Dead or Alive Extreme 3, Galapagosian Lolito Complex Chicken. That's such an iconic line. Iconic. I mean, he was just as entertaining to watch and listen to as it was to play his games. It really was. He was such an iconic figure, and especially compared to nowadays where, everyone kind of kisses each other's asses, He was real with it. And obviously, a lot of that was just to build up his own games, as referenced by, Harada, the recent post, but he was always entertaining to listen to in his interviews, and that struck home with me. And it always did sadden me that he was basically out of the business for, the better part of 10 years. His last game was Devil's Third, which was a flop, commercial, and critical failure. I did a whole article about that on Screen Rant for its 10th anniversary. I'll have a link down in the description about that. But yeah, very influential game in terms of its multiplayer. Its campaign was all right. I mean, it's fun enough. I do think in terms of the campaign, Wanted Dead is a superior title. But the multiplayer was where the real meat is at. I mean, I never played it, but I've heard, how, influential it was, paving the way for future titles like Helldivers 2. So, yeah, and obviously, he was, I think, an advisor for Samurai Jack, but he was basically, out of the industry. As far as I know, I think he was doing teaching. And, obviously he did that he tried to do an NFT game that didn't end up happening. What I think would happen is that, like, when he did that NFT game, I think right when he announced it is when NFTs were kind of falling off a cliff. So he kind of pitched that. I did follow that, and as far as I know, the coin, it was given away in giveaways, but it was never actually launched, as far as I know. And it's basically been erased from time, like it actually completely got erased from Wikipedia, which is probably for the better. But yeah, I mean, he set up a whole new games division, like Itagaki Games, but yeah, from his farewell post, it looks like that game probably won't ever come out. I mean, I would love for, his final game to be released, with his team. The company's still around. I mean, it was, I know, mistakenly stated that it was shut down, but no, I would hope it's still alive at this point. But yeah, very tragic. Portland Retro Gaming Expo is this weekend. I will be cosplaying as Itagaki, shades, jacket and all to honor him. Hoping, I even messaged the expo, hoping maybe there's a panel they could do or whatever to honor him. Because he's a legend, an absolute legend in the games industry. Yeah, that's about it. Do you have any memories of Itagaki in his games? Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, even Devil's Third if you played it. He's a legend. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Tomonobu Itagaki. God bless him, and condolences to his family. And also the team. I actually also messaged Soleil as well. I'm sure the Soleil, which is his OG team, if you don't know, when he left in 2008, like half of the original crew, or half of Team Ninja left with him for Valhalla, and now they're Soleil. They did Wanted Dead, they did Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi, Shadow Striker, Samurai Jack. I also mentioned them. I'm sure they're going through some hard times right now. I don't think any of them have messaged out. I know there's early people, not Jeff Keighley, but the Game Awards, some people at Xbox, Aaron Greenberg, Harada, some legends have already speaked out on X about them, and I'm sure, his OG crew at Soleil is grieving as well. Yeah, and he's a legend. That's about it.